Oh, you have the toy? You have the toy, huh? I'm here with Bootsy, Apple, and Sherlock, and you know, I guess it's good to be a dog because they can be totally oblivious to any little problems or heartaches that come along and still want to just play with their toy. But we have some very sad news that we want to impart. Shortly after we celebrated Boo's 12th birthday, Boo passed away. I always like to focus on the positives, not the negatives. And there's so much we can say about Boo's life, but it's already been said. It was on the birthday video. I'm going to put a link right now up the top of the screen that you could click on to go watch that birthday video again. If you haven't seen it at all, you certainly should watch it. There's a complete retrospective of the highlights of Boo's life from when she was born. So if you want to watch that, I'll wait for you. Go watch it. Come back. Do you think we waited long enough? Bootsy thinks we've waited long enough for people to go watch that video. So let me just say a few things that might be of interest to those of you who have a Cavalier or another dog, or maybe thinking of getting one. What took Boo's life was heart disease, specifically mitral valve disease, which is something that is unfortunately common to Cavaliers. And we do everything we can to minimize the chance that a dog is going to be ravaged by it, but it does eventually take its toll. 12 years is not a bad lifespan. It's a pretty good long life for a dog. We like to shoot for at least 13, 14, even 15 and up years of our dogs, but that can't always be accomplished. But we have been dealing with Boo's heart disease since, I guess, about maybe 3 years ago. She was diagnosed with a murmur, and we started her on medications. Now, you should know that if you will be dealing with this, that there are some fabulous medications available to deal with it, and some fabulous veterinary help that you can get. We started with our regular general practitioner vet, and the first medication that we had Boo on was something called Vetmedin, and it is a medication that can significantly slow down the progress of the heart disease, and in some cases even reverse the effects of mitral valve disease. After a little while, as it got more severe, we decided to see a cardiologist, and this is something, again, that if you have a dog whose heart murmur is up to a grade 4 at least, the grades go from 0 up to 6, with 6 being the most severe. If your dog gets up to that level of around a grade 4, you probably should see a cardiologist. A cardiologist can do an echocardiogram, and as much of an expense as an echocardiogram may be, it tells you an awful lot. It gives you the precise degree of regurgitation, which is the blood flowing backwards through the valve, and it also gives you very precise measurements of any enlargement of the chambers of the heart, which are also a measure of the progress of the heart disease. We've been taking Boo to see the cardiologist for the past year or two, and cardiologists prescribed, as they became needed, additional medications to prolong her life and improve her quality of life. So if you have a dog in that situation, talk to your vet, talk to a cardiologist. There are diuretics, there are blood pressure medications that you can give the dog to help relieve the stress on the heart. There are various other medications that we use for Boo, some herbal remedies that would keep her calm, some drugs that would act as a cough suppressant, because dogs with heart disease, if they have an enlarged heart, will begin coughing because the enlarged heart puts pressure on the trachea, makes it a little bit more difficult to breathe. And the cough suppressants will help not relieve the cause, but certainly relieve the symptoms of the coughing. There were herbal remedies to keep her calm, and there were even some drugs to deal with any possible incontinence that might have been caused by the heavy use of diuretics. So you can discuss all that with your vet and your cardiologist. But just so that you know, it was just absolute love right up until the end. Our normal routine at night is for me to take the dogs into the bedroom, and we have a bathroom attached to the bedroom where they go in one at a time and they get their teeth brushed. They love getting their teeth brushed. And so the other night, Bootsy, who is licking in places where you shouldn't be licking, Bootsy, not in public. There's people watching on video. Bootsy and Apple and Sherlock all came into the bedroom with me, and one at a time I was brushing their teeth. But Boo had a routine. He would stay out in the family area with Katie until she was ready to come in to bed. And the very last thing that they would always do is that she would go over to our little treat closet and she would pull out a treat for Boo, and Boo would sit up, balancing on her rear legs. And this, on the last night of her life, she sat up perfectly, waiting for her treat, and she got the treat, and then she came in to get her teeth brushed and to join us in bed. Unfortunately, she had a crisis in the early hours of the morning, and she died rather peacefully, and we will have a memorial to her in our pet cemetery. But again, stressing the positives, we have a daughter who is smart, sweet. We have a granddaughter, an Apple, who is not wanting to be on camera right now, who has the same sweet expression that Boo had, who is fabulous in the ring, and is an excellent mover. When I move her around the ring, she looks great. And we have a promising young great-grandson in Sherlock. So we're going to keep these 3 generations that Boo gave us and see what we can do, but we'll always have great memories of her. You can't see it from the camera angle, but you should just see the look on her face. She's so sweet. Bootsy, we love you. Big high five. Good girl.